Do you want more success, more growth, more results? Then it's time for the Boundless Success Accelerator from the Modern Observer Group. This isn't your average coaching program. It's where top performers come to dominate. Weekly group sessions, on-demand coaching, a community that's got your back, and a power-packed library of tools to supercharge your business and career. No more excuses, no more waiting. Get in, level up, and start building the life you've been dreaming about. Visit us at modernobserver.com/boundlesssuccess to join today. Let's get you to the next level.
We're here because free speech is under attack. We're here because people are being convinced that socialism works. We're here because people are being judged guilty until proven innocent. We are fighting back with facts. This is not a safe zone, so buckle up, Buttercup. This is the raw, naked truth.
The U.S. strikes ISIS. The Supreme Court upholds Virginia and federal law. The Dodgers win the World Series, and more. Welcome to the Raw Naked Truth. I'm your host, Eric Lopkin, and here's the news you need to know. A total of 9 people remain unaccounted for in North Carolina following Hurricane Helene, as the death toll from the storm reached 101 on Wednesday. Fatalities have been reported across 22 counties, according to the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services. The vast majority of those fatalities were reported in Buncombe, with 43 deaths, followed by Yancey and Henderson at 10 and 9 respectively. The Department of Public Safety formed a task force to find who is still unaccounted for and focus efforts where needed, North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper has said. The task force, law enforcement, and other partners will continue working to locate those who are unaccounted for, and I am thankful for their efforts. Cooper added that the number of those unaccounted for will continue to fluctuate as more reports come in and others are resolved. While there were 89 people unaccounted for at one point, the North Carolina Department of Public Safety stated that the number had fallen to 9. U.S. Central Command on Wednesday said its forces in the Middle East conducted a series of strikes on several ISIS locations in Syria earlier this week in an operation that killed up to 35 terrorists. The operation, which targeted multiple camps across Syria on Monday evening, also successfully took out multiple senior ISIS leaders, confirmed CENTCOM. The release also confirmed that no civilian casualties have been indicated in the sweeping strikes. The Supreme Court halted a lower court's decision to reinstate hundreds of potential non-citizens to Virginia's voter rolls. Virginia Attorney General Jason Miyares on Wednesday called the order a huge win for the rule of law. Miyares said it ensures that Virginia will be allowed to follow our laws that make sure that non-citizens are not on our voter rolls for next week's elections, that we're not going to be forced to be putting 1,500 plus non-citizens back on our rolls. I'm very grateful that the Supreme Court recognized the importance of the issue and they made this decision in such a short time frame. Miyares continued, "It's really just a reaffirmation of our commitment to both election integrity and making sure that our electoral process remains secure for all Virginians. Both Virginia and federal law state that non-citizens are ineligible to vote in federal elections." The Taliban has once again taken steps to further impose extreme restrictions on women under its interpretation of Sharia law in Afghanistan. This time, banning women from hearing other women's voices while they pray, reports said this week. Khalid Hanafi, acting minister of the Vice and Virtue Ministry, made the announcement over a voice message posted to the ministry's social media pages, though it has since been taken down, confirmed the Associated Press. Even when an adult female prays and another female passes by, she must not pray loudly enough for them to hear, he said in a message reported to have been rambling by the Telegraph. Investigators found the phrase "Free Gaza" scrawled on the explosives used to set fire to 2 ballot boxes in Washington and Oregon. Hundreds of ballots were destroyed in the arson attacks, most of which were in Vancouver, Washington, where there is now 24/7 monitoring of the drop boxes. A third undetonated explosive was found in Vancouver with the words "Free Gaza" and "Free Palestine." Authorities in the 2 states, both of which rely fully on mail-in or drop-box voting, have not yet determined the motive of the attack. With those notes left behind, it's definitely a tough case to crack. The Harris campaign cut multiple 6-figure checks last month for left-leaning groups that have been vocal about defunding the police, reparations, and are tied to radical activists who have supported notorious anti-Semite Louis Farrakhan. The Harris campaign gave hundreds of thousands of dollars to a handful of black advocacy groups who are mobilizing black voters ahead of November's election next week, according to FEC filings released last week. Black Voters Matters Fund, which received $150,000 from the Harris campaign on September 19th, has repeatedly called for defunding the police and has been vocal about pushing for reparations. A massive lithium find in California's Salton Sea region could help boost domestic supplies of the mineral, which plays a critical role in the production of rechargeable batteries. The Salton Sea region of Southern California is currently home to significant geothermal electricity generation. An analysis by a California state commission in 2020 found the region's lithium concentration in the geothermal brines that are a byproduct of electricity generation is believed to be the highest in the world. The Department of Energy announced in November 2023 that an analysis by the Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory found that the Salton Sea region could have resources to produce over 3,400 kilotons, or 3.4 million tons of lithium, enough to support more than 375 million batteries. For context, that's more than the total number of vehicles on U.S. roads. The evaporation of portions of the Salton Sea has cut into the region's tourism economy in recent decades, and adding lithium mining to its emerging geothermal energy generation could be a needed boost for the area. However, some have raised environmental concerns about the project. Lithium batteries are a key component in cell phones, laptops, electric vehicles, home backup power systems, and more, and are necessary for the success of limiting greenhouse gases. The Los Angeles Dodgers were victorious in the World Series Wednesday night. The City of Angels vanquished Gotham in Game 5 and clinched the title 4-1. A lot happened in the short sweep. Dodgers star Shohei Ohtani separated his shoulder while trying to steal a base in Game 2 and struggled with the injury for the rest of the series. In Game 4, 2 rowdy Yankees fans interfered with a catch made by Dodgers outfielder Mookie Betts, ripping the ball out of his glove. They were ejected. And last night, a series of defensive errors by the Yankees in the 5th inning helped the Dodgers come back from a 5-run deficit. They won 7-6. While LA is taking home the Commissioner's Trophy, New York has a consolation prize. The New York City Mayor's office estimated that each postseason game played in New York generated up to $25 million each. That's the Raw Naked Truth. You can catch every episode of the Raw Naked Truth at xvadio.com, the Apple Podcasts app, YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Audible, Amazon Music, and other platforms that respect freedom of speech. We'll see you next time.